What up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with another review for Belle Collective, Season 2, Episode 5, you guys, I believe this is. And the episode is titled Fresh Starts and Lady Parts. Interesting title for the episode. But hey, before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and aren't yet subscribed, I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Belle Collective, shall we? So this episode, we open up and we see Letitia and Marie as they are having a spa day where they are steaming their vaginas. I always wonder what that's like to just sit on a pot. Cause that is literally what that is a pot. Like one of them pots when older people who can't really make it to the restroom in time. So they have a pot beside their bed and they just hop on that pot and use the bathroom and then you just dump it. Ooh. My grandmother had one and ooh. Thank God she had help to clean it, but oh God, you just think about it, it's just like really, So yeah, they're steaming their vaginas, and I'll just be wondering, like, how hot is that steam? And what, I mean, I know they say it's getting the toxins out. What toxins? You know what, I don't even want to go there. They look like they enjoying it. Marie definitely looked like she was enjoying it. Marie looked like she was about to have an orgasm. Now, Marie, I really want to know who is doing her hair this season. I really want Marie to go back to the finger waves. That was pretty. These blonde wigs, the blonde wig in her interview, I want them to shift it just a little bit because she's a little crooked. Then in this scene, you see the blonde with the black. I was like, is the wig lifting? What's going on with the wig, sis? I was kind of confused. So Marie is going to be having a rebirth party. I was like, huh? Girl's giving Uncle Clifford with her grand reopening. That's what it's giving is Uncle Clifford and her grand reopening of the bank. So Letitia is, telling her about, how it is being back at her mom's house, is relaxing, but at the same time, she wishes she was back with her family. The question that I have is, why did Letitia leave her house and not little Boosie? Boosie badass would have left my house. You cheated, you gotta go. Not me and my child. You're gonna go, not us. But hey, so then, she's asking Marie, what does the future hold for Marie and Cedric? And Marie is like, at this point, I don't know what the future holds for me and Cedric. You guys, Cedric. I'm gonna keep you know what? I said it last night and a lot of people agreed with me. Cedric doesn't give street babes. Just saying. He doesn't give them a donkey street from Cedric. So, next up, you guys, Timber and her hair. They went to go see her parents. Her voice is grating my spirit, you guys. I don't know how she is the daytime diva. Like, I know, like, I have a good friend. We were friends in college. I haven't saw her in some years. And we were friends because her voice was very distinct. Her name is Deja. Her voice was very distinct in my hometown, so she was our daytime, DJ, right? She was a daytime diva as well. She didn't call herself that, but she was the daytime personality. And so I knew her voice because this is when I was in college, right? So when I would get out of school for lunch, she would have I didn't even know we went to school together at this time. So I didn't know we went to school together. I didn't know she was around my age because I had never saw her. I thought she was like, like probably in her 30s or that 30s or so. And her voice, like I say, very distinct because she has a deep voice, and it's a deep voice. So I was at school one day, and I was like, wait a minute, I heard her voice. I heard her voice. I was like, wait a minute, that voice sounds so familiar. And then I went up to her. I'm like, hey, are you Deja from a radio show? She said, yes. She's like, you recognize my voice? I'm like, yes. I'm like, your voice is very distinct. We became cool after that. We actually even had we took a class. We didn't have the same time period, but we had the same professor, so we connected on that. So yeah, I know some. I know. If I had to listen to Timbre as a daytime diva, I would turn the radio station. No shade to Timbre, but that voice is so high, like it's Minnie Mouse. But then, like if you guys listen to Timbre's voice, when she's in certain times she'll talk, her voice is really low, and I'm like, why don't you talk with your lower register? Like, why don't you talk like that? Like, I feel like a lot of people do the Paris Hilton thing. They make their voice a lot higher to, I guess, entice men. I don't know why they do that. Talking that low voice. Like when I heard Paris Hilton talk for the first time and how deep her voice is, I was like, whoa, that is her real voice? I prefer that. I like a woman. I know it, people might deem it as quote unquote, not feminine or whatnot. I don't care how people feel about that. If you have a deep voice as a woman, you have a deep voice as a woman. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's how you talk. That's how God made you. I want Timbre to talk in that deep voice. So she's talking to her parents and excuse me, I didn't mean to burp. So she's talking to her mom and dad about, her and Damon. And her and Damon, they are talking about kids. And, she wants to have kids, but she wants to do things the right way. She wants to get married. I'm going to talk about Timbre a little bit later in the episode. But, her mom and dad give their blessing, and they say that her grandmother would be happy. So let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, guys, so next up we got Essie. So Essie went to see Marie, and she's telling Marie that, you're going to probably be a little bit mad at me, but I met up with Latrice, right? And she met up with Latrice, and then she's telling Essie is telling Marie that Latrice basically owned up to everything that happened. And I was like, Essie, did we hear the same conversation? Because from what I heard, Latrice didn't say she did anything with that Facebook post, because that's what Marie is upset about, the Facebook post. She didn't own up to that. She owned up to that phone conversation with Kaylon. Not about this situation with this Facebook post. You guys, I gotta turn the car on. It is so hot. So yeah, she didn't own up to that. So I was like, I think we may have heard different conversations, SC. I think we heard different conversations, sis. But she did tell Marie that she invited Latrice to the birthday party. So she's gonna be there to celebrate with her. That's it. So then we see Timbre. So Timbre went to go visit Akeisha, right? Because Akeisha had a birthday party for her son, but Timbre wasn't able to show up. But then Timbre also said that when she sent the invitation out, she didn't send the address. So I'm like, so if you didn't send the address, so how are you in your feelings? Because she said you didn't show up and none of the other ladies showed up. And I was thinking to myself, well, if you didn't give Timbre the address, did you give the other women the address as well? Just inquiring minds wants to know that, right? So then Akeisha decides to take it upon herself to tell Timbre and her hair about the conversation that she had previously had with Letitia about Damon and Taisha, right? Now the way she reiterated that story, regurgitated that story, told that story, retold that story to Timbre and her hair, Letitia was, I don't think Letitia should have asked Akeisha, but she was just asking, she asked you, did you know the man, right? And you said, but here's my thing with Akeisha. Even with Akeisha, in your interviews with the producers, you were being shady towards Tambra. So, never mind. We'll see what happens at the reunion. Because I know Carl. So here's. Let me segue real quick here. So the reunion. Carlos has already filmed the reunion for Belle Collective Season 2. And we're just on episode 5. We ain't even got the mid-season trailer yet. We ain't even got we don't even have a mid-season trailer, but we have a reunion that's already filmed. So I'm wondering, how many episodes do we have of this season? Because there's no mid-season trailer. Unless OWN. But you know what though, with OWN, I was about to say, do we get mid-season trailers with Carlos' shows? But we do. Because we got a mid-season trailer. Well, I think the only show that we get from me watching OWN these last few years, the only show that we have gotten mid-season trailers from is Love and Marriage Huntsville, because you know how long they filmed for a long time, right? So Belle Collective, they just filmed a reunion. It was just four episodes had already passed. So I'm just wondering, how many episodes do we have for y'all to film a reunion? Because typically when it comes to reunion shows, they film the reunions when they have maybe let me think, like with Bravo, because Real Housewives of Atlanta, damn, Spam Risk, like, they get on my nerves. They call every damn day. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought because of that. Oh, with reunions, like with Real Housewives, they film it a whole, maybe like with a month left of airing. They have at least maybe a month and a half of airing left. But again, with this show, we're episode 5. Now I'm trying to think about Love and Marriage Huntsville season 3 reunion, because I remember when they filmed the reunion. They filmed the reunion back when we were still with the Vegas trip, right? So they came back from Vegas and they had, okay. I wonder how many episodes we have with this season. And it's good, so I'm really enjoying this season so far. But that's really all I got. So let's pause here, you guys. Let's go ahead and move forward. So we get this rebirth party. It was okay. I still don't understand what rebirth means. Now I'm gonna say something, and it's not me. It's definitely not me being shady. But every time that I see, because Marie's mom was there, right? And every time that I see Marie's mother, I look at her and I wonder, I'm not wondering, but she looks as if she is struggling. It looks as if she is really, really struggling with her sobriety. It just looks that way to me. So Latrice shows up. That interaction with Latrice and Marie, fake. Cedric showed up. Marie, baby, you saw all them teeth. You saw all her teeth. Cedric, never sing again. Please, thank you. So then Marie tells this story about, so we all know Marie has lupus, right? So Marie tells a story about how Cedric introduced her to some kind of pain therapy. So he introduces to her. I'm like, how long have you been dealing with lupus? And how long have you known about this pain? Never mind. Suffice it to say, the pain therapy that she went through, it was good enough to suppress her. It suppresses the pain, and she has not had any of her narcotics in about a week. So congratulations to her for that one. So then, you guys, after that, Cedric left. Tambra told the ladies that Akeisha felt a way that none of them came to the kids' party. Marie said she had a prior engagement. So did Sophia, but she also said that she doesn't like the way that Akeisha has come around, especially with the brunch and things that she said. I agree. So that's really the running thing, is that the women feel that Akeisha has rubbed them all wrong. When Letitia said that her hamster died, I was like, girl, not the hamster died. I'm cool with it, right? So then at the end of that, Letitia pulled Tambra aside to talk about Taisha and Damon. So, like I said earlier, it's really interesting when Tamra talks, and she has a deep voice. In this scene, that voice stayed deep the entire time. You never once heard Minnie Mouse come out of her mouth. But Tamra and her hair are saying that this connection between Tysha and Damon is literally just between Tysha and not Damon. I'm like, are you sure about that? I know you say he told you, he let you read his text messages and stuff, but you do know that there's a such thing as called deleting a thread, right? So he might be showing you what she said, but you do know he probably could have deleted some of the stuff he said. Just saying. Just saying. But hey, that's it. Let's pause here and wrap up the episode. Alright, you guys, so at the end of the episode, we see Tamra in her hair. She went up to her grandmother's house, and Damon was there. And, I understand Tamra so much in this scene with her at her grandmother's house, and about her grandmother in general, right? Is that on the... Yep. My foot was on the gas pedal. Where we at? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I understand her so much, right? Because my grandmother passed in 2013 on New Year, on January 1st, 2013, right? And it was months before I even went back into her house. Now my family, we didn't sell the house. We still have the house. It's still very much in my family. My aunt actually lives in the house currently, so it's still in the family. But I was the first person to actually go into the house after my grandmother passed away. And it was just surreal. It was just unreal, actually. It just didn't feel real that my grandmother wasn't there, because when I went into her bedroom, we didn't take anything out. Everything was still the same. And it's just like, wow. Like, I'm in my grandmother's house. I'm in her bedroom, and she's not here. Because anytime that I would go to the house, if she wasn't in the living room watching TV, she was in her bedroom watching TV. So I get where Tamra's coming from, and I understand how that feels. I really do. And my heartfelt condolences go out to Tamra and her family. So then she talks to Damon about this situation with Tysha, and she asked him about it, and he didn't answer her. Now, when the producers asked him about it, baby, he said, "Are you laughing?" He said, "Next question." I was like, oh. He mad. But I want to say this to Tamra. Like, look at his reaction. If he's not hiding anything, why did he get so mad? Like, that's the question that I want Tamra to ask herself. But hey, that's really all I got for Belle Collective, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.